So how much money do real estate agents actually make? Hey, what's up, guys? Clayton Gitz here. So, one of the misconceptions, I think challenging conversations that real estate agents have with home sellers and even home buyers is when you just talk about money, right? And so I wanted to talk about how much money real estate agents actually make, and break this down for all of you. So, first of all, is every real estate agent the same? The answer is no. Are all real estate agents worth the money that you pay them? The answer is, of course not. And so, when you look at kind of the Pareto principle and the fact that 20% of real estate agents sell 80% of the houses, and even within that 20%, there are agents that they're just not. We're just like in any industry, right? There are agents that are not worth what they're getting paid. Okay, so let's just establish that up front. I agree, you have to work and you have to provide value. There has to be a return on investment, and we're on the same page there. Okay. But if you look at, we're just going to start with a $10,000 average commission. And when I got into the business back in 2005, I've been doing this for 20 years now. But back in 2005, and I was kind of doing the math, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna be rich. And then I realized what I'm about to break down for you, that there's actually much more to this equation than most people consider. So let's just take an average commission of $10,000. Let's for easy math, hopefully. So let's say a real estate agent sells a home and they earn $10,000. Okay, so number one, that $10,000 has to be split with the broker. So there's typically a brokerage. Right, it could be you name it, whatever franchise, Remax, Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, Century 21. So there's a brokerage that is typically involved. Okay, so if there's a brokerage involved, there is on average anywhere from 20% to 40% is going straight to the broker. Okay, so let's just take an average 30% because that's pretty typical. So 30% off the top. $3,000 is going right to that brokerage. So now the agent is left with $7,000. Okay, 10,000 minus 3,000, $7,000. Now, what does that cover? Right. So the brokerage is covering support, compliance review, E&O insurance, technology, systems, office space, transaction coordination, branding, marketing, and company resources. Okay, that's what the agent's paying for if they're affiliated with a brokerage. So that's number one. So we're down to $7,000. Number two is taxes. Now, I'll be honest with you. This is one of the things that coming from a W-2 job where taxes were automatically pulled out for me, I just kind of forgot for a couple of years to pay taxes. And that's another conversation. That's why I push profit first banking concept so hard. Let's say, anywhere from, depending on your income, we have a progressive tax model here in the U.S. So it could be anywhere from 20 to 40%. Let's take 35% on average. Okay, I think that's a pretty safe bet. So 35% off of $7,000, that's $2,450. Now the agent is left with $4,550 remember we started with $10,000. Now, number three, what about marketing and all of the costs associated with listing and selling that property? So I want to break these down for you. And again, this is if an agent is doing their job and they are marketing your home effectively, then you've got professional photography, professional video. That can range anywhere from $300 to $800. We're going to average all of this. Then you've got, drone and aerial, and floor plans. That's kind of just the standard now. So if you're not providing drone footage, if you're not providing aerial footage and floor plans, then you're not earning that ROI. So your average there is $150 to $400. Now, digital advertising, you got to market the property, and a lot of marketing is done online in the digital space now. So you've got Meta, Facebook, Google, Zillow, all the things, anywhere from $250 to $800 for digital marketing. Then you've got signage and flyers and print marketing. That's anywhere from $100 to $300. Then you've got the little miscellaneous stuff like lock boxes and MLS dues and admin fees, anywhere from $100 to $250 per listing. And then you've got staging consults. So we actually pay at Mission Realty, brokered by Real, we pay for staging consultations for all of our seller clients. That can range anywhere from $250 to $1,000, depending on if you're actually bringing in furniture and paying for that. So let's say on average, you're looking at somewhere between $1,000 and $2,500 per listing. So now all of a sudden, the agent subtotal after paying for all of the marketing expenses associated with selling your property, the agent is left with $2,500 to $3,500 from the original $10,000. Then you've got business operating costs. So for the agent, this would look like CRM and database tools. You've got vehicle, you've got gas, you've got insurance, you've got maintenance, you've got continuing education and licensing renewals, you've got association dues and MLS fees, health insurance. Most agents are self-pay for health insurance. Again, if you try to break this down on a per deal basis, you're looking at anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per deal. So now the subtotal for agents after that overhead cost is anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 left. Now that's pretty much take home. So let's call it $2,500 from an original $10,000 commission check. The agent is left with $2,500. Now, if you run the math on, let's see, if you've got the average agent last year sold around 10 houses, so the average agent made $25,000 if they sold, the average agent sold 10 houses. And if you also look at the fact that I believe it was 72% of real estate agents did not sell a house last year, then the average agent is making below minimum wage. And again, let me just say this to be very clear. Not every agent is worth what they're getting paid. Okay, I just want to establish that one more time. But if you have an agent that is doing their job, they're working hard, they're marketing your property, they're spending their money on all of the things that we just went through, and they sold your house in many cases, gosh, not just for what it was listed for, but for more than it was listed for. They're doing their job, and in this example, they're left with about $2,500 take home. So I hope this breakdown was helpful. Again, I was a little naive when I got into this industry, and I was just looking at that $10,000, and I was like, I'm gonna keep all that money. Well, that is not the case, and you have to learn how to, as a real estate practitioner, you have to learn how to run a business like a business, and you have to scale if you want to make a reasonable living, and you have to really scale if you want to make this a business kind of worth owning kind of thing. So anyway, that is what real estate agents really make in 2025.